Emmanuel, God is with us. Emmanuel, God is with us. Well, new day. I just noticed this little puppy here is flowering. This was the flowers from the fall, and I never water these this time of year because I didn't know it would continue flowering. And here it is. I got this from Home Depot because I wanted a bronze color for the fall this year. And she's going on. This one almost died on me. But as you can see, it does have some life in there. I need to cut it back. That's not what this video is about. It is my spring bulb gardening season. It is the month of January. It's the only month where we get cold weather in zone 10B. And cold weather for me means 38 degrees. So right above freezing. And with the wind chill, it gets too freezing for the bulbs. But in order to get my spring bulbs to grow, I can't cover them. I have to allow them to get, here they're getting the full brunt. It's just like being in a refrigerator this time of the year. So in any event, in my last video, I planted my spring bulbs in this container, and I had bought this set, which was Pounce, and it didn't have all the bulbs. Now this one, it looks like it's growing, but I think it's diseased, and so I am doing squirrel training. I'm training my squirrel to prefer the taste of these sick tulips. And she's starting to eat the sick part off because it's a higher calorie, because that is a protein. That's some kind of bug or animal that is a protein. Doesn't hurt the squirrel at all. She enjoys them. And then she doesn't like my healthier bulbs. She started biting the higher calorie stuff off. You can see that. So I'm going to give her that one. And it's lightweight. Okay. This one has a spot there that's not good, but it is growing. This tulip is great. It's got a few issues. After the squirrel eats off the rest, she will bite off the sickness off of a tulip and leave the rest of the tulip. She's tulip rich right now, so she can, live an Epicurean lifestyle. This one is perfect. That one's a little mushy there, but maybe that's a baby. It's a little mushy, but this is spare that I got. I already got all my daffodils in fabulous condition. These are extra, and I'm going to try and grow them out. This one's smaller. They didn't have to send me the daffodils. I guess they didn't have anywhere the tulips are separate. This tulip is fabulous, and it is growing more. It has some issues, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just putting them in a pot. This one looks good. A few issues there too, but these are bigger than what I've gotten before. And that is the full 5 that I'm supposed to get of that. And let me see. These are my extras that they sent me because they couldn't send me separate. There's 5 of those. So this, I guess the pack that I got was just an anomaly. This has everything. The tulips are bigger than the ones I got in the last, and the daffodils are smaller. So I'm going to put the daffodils in another pot because I have enough daffodils now to do 2 pots. And so what I'm going to do now is switch the daffodils from this pot to putting them in this pot. And then I'll put the rest of the daffodils in this pot. So these 2 pots will match, in the spring. Hopefully. That's my plan. I'm trying to, you see, I'm planting my spring bulbs with succulents because I'm in Southern California. This is a drought tolerant garden. I don't know how to water like the rest of you guys. My plants may get no water at all in the summertime. And if it doesn't rain, even my succulents start to barely hang on to their life. So they live a different kind of world. This plant is a weed other places. It's flowering now for me. This is a creeping Charlie. I think the rest of y'all don't even like it. And this is sweet potato over here that's dying back. You go in there, there are sweet potatoes in there. I should do more videos on sweet potatoes as houseplants. My yard is the same temperature as most people's houses. So, yeah, so we're going to make that change now. We're going to move the bulbs and plant up this container here. You see that plant hanging on for dear life? No water from me. As soon as the flowering season was over, I was like, do you? If you don't make it, oh well. I got that for the hummingbird. It must be some kind of abnormality where it doesn't produce pollen because the hummingbird never came to the flowers. So I really don't want it. It's beautiful and everything, but I don't want plants that don't have pollen. So I'm going to repot. It's an easy plant. It's growing off the water that comes from the sky. It didn't even die back, you see. From my neglect, it's not in the best of condition, and it's edible. Cannas are 100% edible. They're like bananas. You can roll up the leaves and make tamales and other things with them. So they are a productive item in that sense. But when you take that out of the equation, I'm wondering, maybe I should switch. No, the Pounce daffodils are too big for this pot, and I want them to really be able to grow roots. In my area, things need more roots. Like if something needs 2 inches of roots in a place with a lot of rain, that same plant to reach its full capacity might need 10 inches of roots in my area, because it needs more water in my area, because here the air, there's no moisture in the air. The air's just going to soak everything up. So I better stick to this pot. And I'm going to show you something. I didn't even plant this. This is for decoration in the summer. I didn't even plant this in here. See? Look at that. I ought to be ashamed of myself. And this plant is doing the most. Cannas, they're real talk. You can see if I were a good plant parent, this could look like a showpiece. Now, this needs no parenting in my area. Neither does this. These make me look like I'm a doting gardener. But here, this plant, any place else, it would be lush, it would be full. If it was in the ground, it would be lush and it would be full and it would be taking over the area, which is why it's not in the ground, because I don't need that kind of headache in my life. But today, I am going to plant this large planter, and then I will sit it in this basin so that that plant will be able to suck up water from underneath this big planter instead of this little planter, which is what I'm doing here. So maybe there's a reason for this stuff as I talk it through. And I'm going to put the daffodils in this pot and have it matching with this pot. I have just enough dirt to get this done. And that's what we're going to do today. Okay? Y'all with me? This was the organization video. I'll see how long it takes me to do the actual work and see if I'm gonna separate it. So we'll see what happens. Okay? So it might be 2 videos, it might be 1. I don't want to make this too long. But you know, I got old lady brain and I had to talk this through. So if you have some suggestions after the fact that you would like for me to note, feel free. God bless you.